Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be making ourselves some rocket fuel. Hopefully you guys are ready. Alright guys, so we were right where we left off last episode, and we were working with advanced rocketry. And so we had actually gathered a bunch of stuff here, put sand in here, it's done process. I did put aluminum coils in here, and it does go faster with aluminum coils. It was at 1.75 or somewhere around there with gold, and I put aluminum, and it's almost 2 times the speed. Over here, I put those, I put the silicon ingots here into this machine that I talked about before. And as you can see, this is going to evenly distribute this, and you need one silicon nugget and 1 silicon, and then this process happens. And it turns into a silicon bowl. So you do this process over and over again. It's actually pretty fast. We have a 3.81 speed modifier, and that's because we have aluminum coils in here, most likely. I've not had any other issues since then, so it's actually going quite fast. And the better stuff you get, the better it's going to go. And what I'm doing is I'm taking these silicon bowls, because I don't know if there's really any other use for them. No, other than to be turned into silicon wafers. And you just put them in here, and they're going to get turned into silicon wafers, as you can see right here. And if you stand on this thing, you do take damage. So just keep that in mind. You don't want to stand on top of this. But it does turn into silicon bowls, or silicon wafers, and we're going to be using those here in just a second. I also went ahead and made a celestial manipulator. And so what I can do is I can say, stop the rain, start storms. I can control all the weather. I can control the time as well. So I can say, set it to sunrise. And this thing is going to do a really cool animation. And it's going to literally turn the sky. This is such a cool effect. I really do love this, love the way it works. Yeah, it's going to pretty much rotate the day completely around until it hits that, that time. And as you see, it goes back in, particle effects go back to normal, and bam, we're good to go. So yeah, that's actually really cool, and it's going to help out a lot. And you can also automate this thing and make it automatically stay at day forever. So all you need is a daylight sensor. Yeah, you just basically configure what this redstone actually does. So it's pretty cool. Alright, so let's get to work on what we're going to need next. So I do know that these silicon wafers do something. And if you take a look, the precision assembler is what we're going to need next. And this is all in preparation to get ourselves rocket fuel. So we're going to need ourselves the precision assembler. And this guy is not that hard to make. Earlier today, I tried to record, and I had some issues on the server. The server was just lagging pretty bad, like 4 TPS. Normally, it's supposed to be 20, and it was just really hard to play. So it's doing great now, so I can't complain. All right. So back to advanced, and we'll do the precision assembler, and we'll get this guy set up. So we're gonna need that screen. I don't know what all we actually have. I know we don't have these guys. Oh, what are we missing? Are we missing copper? All right, let's get some copper. I'll go ahead and take 2 of those and get some gold as well. I know we have a bunch of gold, so I'm not worried about gold. It's just copper that I gotta get. So I'll keep that in mind. Copper. We'll pulverize some of you, and we should be good to go. Okay, so let's wait for a couple of those to pop out of here. Oh, it's not actually going in. What do I got configured wrong? This should be pulling into here. Right? That should be pulling, and this should be exporting. Will this not grind up? Oh, I don't have auto input enabled. Look at me. Look at me derping. Yeah, I did have to make another one of these because I did put one upstairs. I actually want to kind of go over that. So I got all this configured like I did last episode. But I have cobblestone generators here from Nuclearcraft. They're pretty easy to make, and they make cobblestone. They're a pretty simple cobblestone generator. I have 2 of them running into here, and it's producing sand, and I have the gravel being voided off with a nullification chamber. And if I get more than 64 of those, it just nullifies them, which is pretty useful. And all that sand is going into here because I was having an issue with sand. Right now, I have all of this turned off. I have enough power stored in here that I'm not really worried about losing any power. And I have pretty much everything turned off because I thought it was causing lag on the server. I wasn't for sure, but I just wanted to make sure it wasn't me doing it. But I think a server reset is what fixed it. Alright, so there's all of those goodies. So that should get us that. And back up to making the precision. Alright, so we're going to need the gold. And the steel gear. I'm going to use this version. We're going to need a dropper, which is kind of weird, and a furnace. I guess it's not a furnace. It's not weird if you think about how this machine is actually assembled. Alright, so we'll go back outside, and we'll figure out where to put this guy, because this is a pretty big one. I'll probably set it right over here. Let's take a look at our lathe, or hollow projector. And let's see. Let's put it back one. How about right here? I think that looks good. As long as it's facing this direction. Okay. So we'll put our precision assembler there. It's got room for fluids. No, I don't think fluids go in here. If I remember correctly. Yeah, it's input and output hatches. And these are power inputs. We need 2 motors. And we need some coils. Okay. So let's do aluminum coils. Because those are definitely the best we can get right now. And we're going to need input hatches. And output hatches. Just like that. And we're going to need power plugs. Just one, I think. Let me go ahead and pull these to the side. So this could be... Okay, and you've seen there, it was machine something. Where's it at? It's popping in and out. Machine structure. Yeah, that's what we need. Alright, so we're going to have input, output, and we can set our power back here. And the rest will be the machine structure blocks. So these guys that we have a bit of. There we go. And then we're going to need 2 motors. And of course, the only motors we can actually make are the best ones that we can make is the advanced. And I think I have everything for them. No, I'm missing, what, steel plates? There we go. That should give us enough steel to get 2 advanced motors. Put those guys here. And that's that layer. Alright, let's go to the next layer. This is glass, machine structure. All machine structure around except for the front 2, which is glass. So I'll put some glass, and we have some machine structure. I hope it's enough. And then I don't think anything goes in the center. It's hollow. So there's that. And the top, which is all machine structure blocks. Perfect. All right. So let's gather some more of these. We should be almost done with this. All right, and all we have to do is click here, and bam! This is the machine that we get. It's pretty neat looking. Let's go ahead and get a plug or a point. And we should have everything for that, I hope. Yes, we do. All right, and we'll give this power. Bam. So we're good to go there. All right, let's turn it on, and we should be good to go. Does it say we have speed modifiers? So yeah, we have a nice speed there, and it should go pretty good. All right, so let's take a look again at what we're going to need for rocket fuel. So, a tank of rocket fuel. We're going to need the hydrogen and oxygen, which is separated in a chemical reactor. The chemical reactor is going to need basic circuits, and that's about it. So, to be able to get this, we just need these basic circuits. And to get basic circuits, it looks like we can just do the circuits going back into the cutting machine. Okay, so we have a bunch of silicon wafers. Let's put 64 of them back in here, right? Oh, maybe it doesn't work that way. Okay, so we have to have the basic circuit. Okay, so I thought I needed it. I was fixing to say, this just seemed way too simple. Okay, so yeah, we're going to need to take these and make the basic circuit. So we're going to need redstone and gold. Some good old redstone and some good old gold. And I'm going to do 64 of them just to get them out of the way. You put it in the input hatch. And bam, just like that. And it's going to do its thing. It's going to go through and it's going to pop it over here in the output. I should have put the output over here. I don't know. I did it all backwards. So yeah. Each one of those is going to have its own little animation. And as you can see, we have one basic circuit. We can now take those and put them in the input hatch over here. And it's going to get sawed up and turned into a processor. Pretty cool, actually. So this right here is going to, just these two alone, is going to allow us to be able to move on. So here's 4 of them. Perfect. All right. So the rocket fuel, like we were working on, we're going to need the chemical reactor. Bam. Just like that. Because you put, let's go back here real quick. To be able to get a tank of, actually before we even can make the chemical reactor, I don't know why I'm even pushing this far. We need to make the electrolyzer, which also requires these guys. And the electrolyzer is what we're going to be, it's what's going to allow us to get oxygen and hydrogen. So when we're going to need both of those, you pump water into it, it's going to split it with power, and you're going to get a tank of hydrogen and a tank of oxygen, or really it's going to fill up a like a bucket. So we're going to have to use some kind of fluid ducts to be able to move the stuff around, but it should be pretty easy to do. Okay, so let's go back to this. So we're going to get that electrolyzer, and this is another multi-block machine that is going to be set up. I do want these two machines set up close to each other. That is a thing. So let's go ahead and do this. So let's get this board. It's a little bit more expensive. I think I have, let's see. There we go. Let's go ahead and get all these made. We should have just about everything here. There's the electrolyzer. And I should be able to get the chemical reactor as well. Just so I go ahead, I already have this made. And this one's a little bit more expensive, but this is going to allow us to produce some cool stuff. All right, so I guess over here is where we can put that. This tree is really not necessary. There we go. You guys can go. All of these trees are honestly not necessary. Let's look in here. So we don't need an observatory right now. We're just working towards getting all this. So we need an electrolyzer. Place you down. That seems okay. So we're going to need a fluid output hatch and another fluid output hatch. It's going to have 2 of them. And a fluid input hatch in the back and some machine structures. Just like that. And my electrolyzer is going to go right in the center. And then right here is going to be our fluid output hatches, and we're going to need 2 of those. So, not these. Let's find out where they're at. So, fluid input hatch. We're only going to need 1 of those. And the opposite is for this one. We're need 2 fluid output hatches. Just like this. So 2 outputs, input in the back, which is going to be our water, and we should be good to go there. And I don't think this one goes up anymore. Okay, it does. So we get a coil and 2 power inputs. Yeah, I forget because we have each one of these need to be powered. Okay, so 2 power plugs. And we'll use an aluminum coil. And that should be just about it for this multi-block. There we go. So it's a pretty weird looking machine, but it does do some really cool stuff. And we'll put an innocuous accumulator back here, and that's going to be where we get our power. All right. So I'm going to need 2 points to power this. We have points everywhere. But like I said, each one of these need their own power source. All right, and this one's set up. We're gonna need this first, and we're gonna need to get some kind of water to the back. And I'm pretty sure innocuous accumulator is not going to give us any issues, and I think I have one. I actually don't have one. That's surprising. So there we go with that. I should have just about everything else. And innocuous accumulator. Okay. And of course, we're going to need some water here. There we go. And we'll place that down. And the water is automatically set to output. And I think we can use, let's see. We should be able to use fluid ducts. I think it's going to be fast enough. Actually, let's go with transfer nodes. Because I know I have upgrades for them. And this should be plenty upgrades for this guy. Right? There it goes. It's pulling it out. It's doing its thing, filling this up. Should start separating here once we turn it on. Bam. It's turned on. It's doing its thing. It's doing some processing. These tanks are going to start filling. As you see, we have a little bit of oxygen, a little bit of hydrogen. Has this really cool guy down here too. Alright, so these are going to be pulling out fluids themselves. And we're going to set up a little way to get those working with this other machine. Alright, so we're going to need to get into the chemical reactor. So let's place this guy down. And I think I'm going to place him right across from it. Let's see. So this is the output. Fluid output. The power goes here. Power goes here. Fluid input. Input. If I do remember correctly, let me go ahead and break this. Let me try it like this. Okay, so then we would have the fluid input in there. And down here we have the fluid out, but we could take it from the sides. Right? I think so. We should only be getting one fluid out, though. That's what I'm kind of curious about. Alright, so let's keep it like this. We'll put our main chemical reactor right there. We're going to need a motor. Of course, the only one we can make at the moment is a gold one. And we're going to need power. Two of them. And we're going to need outputs. Fluid output. Fluid input. I think it's 2 fluid outputs and 2 fluid inputs. I'm not for sure if these change. Power. Power. Machine structure frames. Output hatch. Oh, these are like actual, this is an actual output hatch. Okay, I don't know if I need an actual input hatch, but we have 2. Okay, so we have an input hatch there. A fluid output hatch there. Fluid input, input. Input, input. Regular input hatch. And a fluid output hatch. Right? And that should be everything. There we go. And this guy's completed. So all I have to do is give it power. And it should be good to go. Let me turn it on. And we'll make a couple more of these. Perfect. The last 2. Alright, so now this machine is running. We have the fluid input hatches down here. We don't really need to worry about this. All we need to worry about is this side right here, which is going to be where the fluids are going to come from. Or be pulled out of. Okay, so we need to run this fluid into here, and this fluid into here, and we're going to use fluid ducts. Not fluid ducts. Fluid transfer nodes. And our pipes. Just add our pipes here. And then have the pipes run into here. Kind of simple. And you're going to start hearing some noise because it's going to start actually working. As you see, it's doing its process. It looks like it's doing 1.5%. And down here, you should see the tank filling up with rocket fuel. And this is where we're going to need to make some more of the fluid pipes here. Where is that? Down here. And I do believe we can add speed upgrades to these. Just go ahead and do that. I think it'll definitely do it justice to have some speed upgrades. There we go. Perfect. All right. The only other thing we need is some tanks. And Advanced Rocketry has their own types of tanks. Right here. I don't think I have anything that relates to what this is. It's a super high pressure tank. I don't know. I think we're best going with some other kind of tank. What other tanks do we really have? We do have Tinker's Construct has a special kind of tank. Singularity tank from Mob Grinders. I wish we had that modular tanks. Those are really nice. I can't remember exactly what I used last time I set this up. Oh, I think I used Ender IO. That's right. Let's see, there's fluid. We have seared tanks. I guess we could go with thermal. Thermal Expansion, of course, has their own fluid tanks, and they are apparently enchantable. The portable tanks. Uh-oh. And these, of course, can be upgraded just like anything else. So if we need to get our kits, we can do so. I don't know how much I can actually go forth with this. I think I'm missing missing something in here for my kits. I should probably automate them. I think the Enderium. I'm missing, yeah, the Lumium. So we can only really upgrade this thing to this tier. So let's go ahead and put that here. And we can at least get... We can make this, like, easier. Just by placing that there. And now it's fully upgraded. And this thing, I don't see how much it actually holds. It doesn't say. But I think it's pretty high. I think it's at least over 64 buckets. Which is going to be plenty for this. Let's go ahead and add our speed upgrades. It's going to be pulling rocket fuel out. And dumping it into this tank. Just like that. And we can let this run and do its thing, because this is like infinite right here. As long as we have power, these machines are going to run. And shouldn't have any issues, because we're making rocket fuel right now. So yeah, we just made rocket fuel. And we're on the second episode. The only other thing I can say we can start doing is setting up our rocket. I think that is going to be the next thing. There are a couple other machines that I would like to kind of make. And that's going to be that's going to allow us to be able to make tanks. So if we look at, we go back and look at advanced. Our advanced rocketry setup here is going to require some like tanks and stuff like that. And to be able to get these tanks, you need a rolling machine. And it's the same for all of them. I don't know about the high pressure. Okay, so it requires titanium for the high pressure tanks. I don't think we have the ability to make titanium, unless I'm wrong. Okay, so rutile ore makes titanium. Do we have rutile? Oh boy. We have tons of rutile. We have titanium at our fingertips, and we didn't even know it. I didn't know it anyways. Okay, so it doesn't get processed normally. It can possibly be processed in the induction smelter with sand. Possibly. I have tons of sand in here. Let's check. Okay, so how is this actually processed? Let's take a look. So we can use a hammer, engineer's hammer on it, and we get 1 dust. This we can actually get 2 from, but I'm not worried about that. Let's just use our hammer. I did not know that this was a thing. Oh boy. So yeah, that's that's so nice, because that's going to give us access to a bunch of stuff. I don't need to throw that in there. Let's throw it in here. And that's going to cook it right up. Oh, and we have titanium now. Okay. So that changes a lot of the machines that we currently have. I did not know that was a thing. I think I can currently upgrade a few of our machines. The titanium coils. Oh boy, they can go in a bunch of our advanced rocketry machines. I know at least one I would like to kind of upgrade. And that's this one. And there we go. What is this? 2.8 times the speed now. Look at that. Look at that go. So yeah, we just got that. I did not know that that was how easy titanium was. I'm guessing this comes from... Where did this come from? I think it came from when I was mining with our whatever this thing's called. I can't remember what it's called. The quantum quarry. That makes sense. So yeah, that's actually really good. To me, you go to space to get titanium, but I guess we already have it. I don't know. I don't really know what the need of it is. I guess just to go into space. Alright. So, we got that done. I wish I would have known about the titanium. We would have had all of these machines based off of the titanium versions. Alright. Okay, so with that, there's really not that much I want to get done else today. Today was a little bit weird. I had some troubles in the morning. I did record a new type of video that I'm going to try and start incorporating into the channel. And it's going to be a little less Minecraft modded focused. And I hope you guys don't mind that. But I'm getting away a little bit from the modded. Because at the moment, there's not that many packs to really dive into. And I don't want to just dive into a pack that I don't like. I don't want to dive into a pack that I feel is not done yet. And I've had a lot of those things happen here recently. And it's really a bummer whenever you start recording. But of course, I'm going to have my modded Minecraft playthroughs. Don't expect me to not have that. But I'm going to be working on some other things. I think you're going to see tomorrow a new video. So expect that on New Year's. I did some parkour, so I hope you guys will be enjoying that. I really suck at parkour, by the way. I found that out. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, we're moving forward with Advanced Rocketry. I know it's a bit slow, but I'm pushing through. Look, we have 3 buckets of rocket fuel. You know what we can do with that rocket fuel? Not much, actually. There's really not much we can do with that rocket fuel. But we are doing okay, I must say. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to slap that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And as always, thanks for watching. Let's go!